ARMY splashy. Jungkook sent a veiled message to Jimin on the live broadcast, one short sentence, and thousands of ARMY hearts instantly beat faster. BTS's Jungkook, who was performing a simple live in the middle of the night while greeting fans, unexpectedly said something that seemed ordinary on the surface, but it instantly sparked a huge wave of speculation, especially from among Jungkookers. The broadcast initially went on as usual. Jungkook looked relaxed, wearing a plain gray t-shirt and unstyled hair, showing his most authentic side. He played his favorite songs, answered the comments of the ARMY, and even had time to sing pieces of songs at random. However, just as the broadcast was about to end, Jungkook looked at the camera for a few seconds, smiled faintly, and then said, "Sometimes, there are things I can only say through songs, not words. But he knows what I mean, right?" Without naming names, without making it clear who he was, Jungkook then ended the broadcast. But that's exactly where the explosion began. ARMY instantly filled social media with screenshots, theories, and emotional translations. Many are sure that the sentence was intended for only one person, Park Jimin. There are several reasons why fans immediately associate him with Jimin. First, during the broadcast, one of the songs that Jungkook played was the song Promise, Jimin's solo song that is full of meaning. He doesn't just play it, Jungkook can be seen closing his eyes during the chorus, even humming it slowly. Second, Jungkook's expression when mentioning the veiled sentence was not an ordinary expression. His face looked calm, but the look in his eyes was intense and deep. For many ARMY members who've been following Jungkook for years, such expressions only come up when Jungkook talks about someone who means a lot, and all along, it's always been Jimin. Third, not long after Jungkook's broadcast was over, Jimin suddenly became active on Weverse and uploaded one photo. Not a picture of him, but a picture of the night sky, with a short caption, "I know." The ARMY immediately took it as a direct reply to Jungkook's veiled message. That subtle code, while not explicit, feels too synchronous to be considered a coincidence. As usual, HYB did not give any statements regarding the speculation of the fans. However, the atmosphere in the official online community suddenly heated up. Many posts discussing secret messages went viral in a matter of hours. It's even trending in some countries with hashtags like #JungkookMessage and #IKnowJK. Some ARMY even put together a chronological timeline showing how the two appear to have been sending signals to each other secretly lately, from backstage gazes, matching Instagram uploads, to song choices during their respective live broadcasts. For the Jungkookers, this moment reaffirms what they've always believed, that Jimin and Jungkook are more than just group mates. There is something that cannot be explained in words, but is clearly felt through small gestures, vague messages, and meaningful silences. We've seen this for a long time, one fan wrote on Twitter. Jungkook always had his own way of greeting Jimin, and only the sensitive ARMY could feel it. Although Jimin has already uploaded "I know," many fans are waiting for whether he will give a more explicit reply. Some suspect he will insert it in the lyrics of his new song, or even through a personal vlog that will air in the next few days. Interestingly, BTS content production staff reportedly recorded many clips of individual members during the last concert. Rumor has it that Jimin mentioned Jungkook in an unreleased off-camera monologue. If the rumors are true, it is not impossible that the next moment will further strengthen the suspicion that they are secretly conveying something to the ARMY. When that night Jungkook ended his live broadcast with a meaningful sentence, not only the ARMY was silent. In the silence of the phone screen that had just died from the Weverse live broadcast, the explosion of emotions actually occurred elsewhere, both in the digital space of the fans and behind the scenes of the BTS members themselves. According to rumors from several trusted fanbase accounts, other BTS members are known to be in a private chat group, where they often share light things from memes, voice recordings, to personal stories that are never revealed to the public. But that night, the contents of the group became quieter than usual. Only one notification sounded after Jungkook finished live. The message was sent by Taehyung, deep meaning, as always, kooky. Taehyung's response is known to be quite expressive but also sensitive. They have a little conversation between them. RM then chimed in, You always use music as the most honest language. But I'm sure he knows. Many fans speculated that the "he referred to by RM" was of course referring to Jimin. But interestingly, Jimin himself did not immediately respond in the group. According to sources close to BTS's content production team, Jimin secretly opened Jungkook's rebroadcast that night 3 times. And every time that last part of the sentence was played, he smiled a little, then lowered his head in silence. Some unnamed HYB staffers said that before the evening's live broadcast, Jungkook had a chance to talk to one of the documentary crew about the songs he wanted to play. One of the songs he specifically requested was Promise, Jimin's solo song that was released many years ago, but is still very attached to the hearts of many fans. Surprisingly, Jungkook didn't just ask for the song. He also played a demo version of a personal file on his phone, a version that was never released to the public and known only to a few close people. When asked by the crew why he chose the song, Jungkook only answered briefly, "It's not about the song, it was about someone who knew what I was trying to say before I even said it." Since BTS's debut, many ARMY members have observed that the relationship between Jimin and Jungkook is not just an ordinary coworker. They often look out for each other in a way that not many other idol couples do. Jimin would often gently touch Jungkook's shoulder when he was nervous, while Jungkook had a habit of staring at him longer than anyone else in the room, and perhaps the broadcast is another form of their typical communication, which doesn't require a direct gaze, but instead feels very honest from a distance. Shortly after Jimin's "I Know" upload on Weverse, thousands of ARMY flooded the comments with Haru's words. Many admitted to crying while rewatching Jungkook's broadcast, especially when they realized that the short sentence at the end was not for the ARMY in general, but for one very special person in her life. The hashtag Jungkook message even topped the global trending topic on X, formerly Twitter, followed by the hashtags #Anoj and #WeSeeYouJKJM. Some fan artists made illustrations of the moment, showing 2 figures sitting with their backs to each other under the night sky, smiling at each other despite not saying a word. One of the international fan base even made a donation project themed "Because He Knows," which raises funds for deaf children as a form of appreciation for the nonverbal communication between Jimin and Jungkook. In the midst of the ARMY's reaction, a trusted fan site account uploaded a short video that was allegedly footage from Jimin's personal recording session in the studio. In the video, Jimin is seen sitting alone in a chair, holding his earphones while singing "Still With You," Jungkook's solo song. But what is most surprising, at the end of the piece, Jimin added one line of lyrics that was not in the original version: "I'm still here, as you promised that night." The sentence made the fans immediately associate the moment with Jungkook's live broadcast, as if Jimin not only knew, but also answered the message in his own way, through music. Many ARMY hoped that all these codes and emotional messages would culminate in one collaborative work between Jimin and Jungkook. Several fanbase accounts mentioned that the two were seen leaving Big Hit Studio on the same night a few weeks ago and bring a music file with the label JK plus JM Draft 3. Could it be that they are preparing an emotional duet in response to all these secret messages? Or is this their tacit way of sharing their feelings with each other and also to the world without having to make an explicit confession, as Jungkook said? "But he knows what I mean, right?" The world probably thought it was just a common sentence. But for ARMY, especially those who understand the dynamic between Jimin and Jungkook, the line is a short poem written by heart, not pen. And when Jimin replied, "I know," the world seemed to stop for a moment, because behind the magnificent stage, the constantly burning camera, and the glare of millions of eyes, there are 2 hearts talking to each other in silence. And maybe that's a lot more honest than anything